Hey friends, today's video isn't going to be about a 5 steps to heal kind of video. Today's a little bit more of how grief changes everything. And more specifically, 3 thoughts, almost like whispers I've been really tossing around in my head that have truly impacted my healing. Thoughts about peace, clarity, and grace, gentleness, and how those have completely transformed in my journey with grief. Hopefully they'll meet you where you are as well. So the first one is peace. So letting life be unfinished. I used to think peace would come as something I earned. So if I worked hard enough, if I cleaned up the messes, if I finished my to-do list, fixed all the broken pieces, settled into all the relationships, then peace would finally come. Well, grief showed me a completely different reality. Some things in life stay undone. Some stories end too early. Some questions are never answered. Some old wounds are never truly closed. And while that truth used to really scare me, now I see it more as sacred. I've started learning to rest in the middle of the unknown, to stop holding my breath, waiting for resolution, to let life be unfinished, and to still find a little beauty in that. Peace I've learned doesn't come with productivity or perfection. It's in the presence. And the second thought I've been really tossing around in my head is slowing myself down so I can hear myself. So after my loss, there was a lot of noise. The world felt really loud, opinions and suggestions, and well-meaning advice. And at first, I welcomed it all. It gave me a chance to avoid my own ache and focus on something else. But eventually, I realized I couldn't hear myself anymore. My own needs, my emotions, and my voice, it all kind of got drowned out. Grief pulled me back to myself, pulled me back to stillness, not all at once, pretty slowly actually. I stopped filling in though every moment with noise, and in that quiet I remembered who I was and who I was needing to become, because I was changed, of course, forever. Clarity didn't come from pushing or hustling harder. It came from space, it came from softness, and it came from the gentle work of turning back to me. The third thought that I want to share with you is grace or gentleness. Being gentle with the process. Before before grief, it was like I was really good at powering through, push harder, get it done, high expectations, low tolerance for rest type of thing. Sound familiar? Well, grief softened that part of me, not into weakness, but more into wisdom, like self-wisdom. Now I let myself be human. Some days I feel strong and steady. Some days I need to fall apart, and oftentimes there's all of that. There's both. What I've come to believe really is that grace or gentleness isn't about giving up. It's actually courage. It's showing up and meeting yourself with compassion, even in the hardest moments and in the hardest, darkest places. That's where the real true healing begins, as I see it, not through pushing through, but leaning in. So grief, it didn't take away my peace, my clarity, or my grace for myself. It completely changed where I find them. If you're walking through grief, I want you to know you're not alone, and you don't have to do it alone. I'm offering a free support group in April. I'd love to work with you, and there's no pressure in showing up a certain way. You just come as you are, and we connect with people who really truly get it. So it's just a space to feel and be real, and perhaps heal just a little bit. So click the link below, and until next time, take good care.